Warning. The following message has been approved for patriots only.
At Sovereign Patriot, we know our country is closer than ever to chaos. Wars, viruses, natural disasters, and economic decline will soon bring on the apocalypse patriots like you so desperately fear, but also kind of want to happen. And we want your family to be prepared. You may have food, water, and weapons, but there's one crucial element you may have forgotten: entertainment. Once the Chinese commies attack, along with those pussies from Canada, you could be stuck in your bunker for weeks, months, or even years on end. And North Korea's EMP cannon will render all electronic devices useless. To pass that time in isolation, you'll need the Sovereign Patriot Cup and Ball toy. The ball is attached by a string to the cup, and you have to swing the ball and try to get it into the cup. But it's hard because the ball keeps hitting the side and bouncing off of the cup, providing endless entertainment. While your wife's office collapses in an earthquake, you'll be enjoying the Cup and Ball toy. While your relatives are transformed into zombies by the COVID-37 virus, you'll be enjoying the Cup and Ball toy. And while your neighbor is getting anally probed by aliens, you'll be enjoying the Cup and Ball toy. Plus, the Sovereign Patriot Cup and Ball toy is made from durable tactical materials, so it can withstand... Well, maybe don't run it over with a truck, but it's pretty strong. The Sovereign Patriot Cup and Ball toy will keep you entertained, your kids entertained, and your wife entertained, and the 2 new wives you'll have to impregnate to repopulate the country. It's a small sacrifice we patriot men will have to make. Except no imitators. Only the real Sovereign Patriot Cup and Ball toy has our patriotic flag logo all over it. You'll notice it's the American flag, not a transgender flag in sight. And it's proudly made by patriots right here in America. In Chinatown, which is still America. The best part is, once you do get the ball in the cup, you can dump the ball out and try to get it back in the cup again. The fun never ends. Order your Sovereign Patriot Cup and Ball toy today, before it's too late. Ladies and gentlemen, this is tonight's news. South Carolina announced that a clothing-optional 5K race will take place this year. Finally, a race where you don't have to worry about shitting your pants.
That'll be good for Nancy Mace.
Oh, Nancy Mace in your face.
Into it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the 10 men that escaped from New Orleans prison this past weekend have been apprehended. New Orleans residents have been in fear that with 10 criminals running loose in New Orleans, the city could end up looking like New Orleans.
It's terrible. It's horrible.
With new proper seatbelts and anchoring systems, Italian airlines will now allow large dogs to sit in their own seats, while Japanese airlines will only allow large dogs to ride in the snack cart. Because they eat dog.
Oh, I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted people to know.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Normal World. I'm Dave Landau.
I'm Black Garrett, and with us, as always, is... Angela.
Me, what's up? Thank you.
Yeah. All right, the clap's
Sorry,
back. The clap is back.
I don't have the clap, but thank you.
Okay.
Not anymore.
If you could be so kind, you can mosey on down below and tongue punch the like button. We appreciate it.
Oh, do it. Do it.
Pay attention to the bell. Pay attention to that bell, because then people, you will understand when the show goes up, because YouTube don't push that out unless you pay attention to the bell. That's all. Thank you. And we have merch. We don't ever talk about it that much.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about
we have
the merch.
We have merch.
Yeah.
We have hats. We have shirts. We have mugs. We have
Link
all
in the
kinds of stuff.
description. Link in the description.
Buy it.
Dave, if people wanted to see you in real life on a stage, where do they go?
They can see me in Tyler, Texas at Rose City Comedy on May 28th and the Improv in Houston on the 29th. And check out my book, Party of One, a fuzzy memoir now available on Amazon.com. So what about you?
You can find me on my channel, Black Garrett, on YouTube. Stream every Sunday. And Angela, you have a channel, right?
I do. It's called Angela Does Horror. I talk about horror things, and normal Angela on Instagram.
Very nice. Very nice. I believe we have some guests.
Yes, we do. We do.
One of those guys.
I was just laughing at this mug.
I just noticed it as well.
Oh, you like my mug?
Hey, where'd you get that?
You bastard.
You just ordered it as a big fan.
I'm just a fan of the show, man.
Okay.
Just a fan. I like people who tell it like it is.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no transparency. No. Joining us today, you may know him as the host of The Trey Stewart Show.
Oh.
Right?
Yes. Trey Stewart program.
The Trey Stewart program.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, it's a program over there.
I prefer the word program.
Me too.
Program?
Yeah, with program, welcome to the program. A lot of people have shows, but we're more educational.
I like it.
Appreciate that, yeah.
And comedian and friend and program operator.
Thank you. Yes.
Trey Stewart,
Yes.
how are you today?
Ow!
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm
for
good.
coming back.
It's good to be back. I'm sorry about the sunglasses. I was tearing up. I've had a rough go of it, past couple of days. But thank you for coming. Thank you for letting me come here and do this.
No, I wear sunglasses on podcasts so no one can tell if I'm being real with my soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone else does that.
No.
No. Absolutely not. Yeah. And I think I appreciate you letting me come and bringing my
Your white hand man.
my white hand man. That's what I should know.
Please welcome.
That's what they call them.
Do you guys have any sunglasses I could borrow?
I have some.
I think there's some over there,
Actually,
actually.
I have some sunglasses. Here, hold on.
Oh, wow. I was just kidding, but okay.
You might want to really clean those off. I don't know how long they've been there.
It's too late. I already got
All
it.
right, well, you've got the pink.
The big guy, yeah.
There you go. Please welcome.
Yeah.
Grillo.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
We almost didn't.
Trey, you're crying.
Yeah, we almost didn't make it. Trey got some pretty actually terrible news this morning.
Oh yeah, it's
It was
just
tough.
life-altering news. Apparently, Joe Biden isn't as healthy as we thought he was.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
I heard yesterday that he had some kind of tumor.
yeah, they call it Hunter Biden.
Yes, it's a son.
Found Hunter Biden in his ass, smoking crack in his ass.
It's just a big heroin balloon. I think it's prostate cancer. I think his son's trying to.
It's like that's actually mine. Dad, I need you to take a shit in this bucket. Don't ask me why. Hunter, that kid's up to no good, man.
Yeah, he's always stuffing heroin balloons in his dad's ass.
They're saying he's running the show. He was running the show the whole time.
I heard that. That's wild.
Making the calls. Hunter was.
Well, at least it was in good hands.
Yes. Well, that explains it.
We'll never know who dropped off the cocaine in the White House, though.
Yeah.
Completely
No, it's a mystery.
no clues.
Well, maybe Jake Tapper can get to the bottom.
Yes. I'm just so happy he released a book right at the right time. Yes, it's such a marvelous coincidence that they dropped in the same day.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's like, cancer was it usually isn't that well timed.
No.
Yeah.
When you get cancer, right before a book drops that shows how corrupt you and your administration was.
Yes.
Amazingly.
And usually a cancer that appears to have been there for many years, it doesn't just show up at the same time.
Well, Dave, I'm not a doctor.
No, I thought you were.
That's what, yeah. Doctor, you're thinking about Dr. Dre. My name is Trey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get every one of you
episode now.
confused.
Booking mistake.
Trey, Dre, what's the?
I just assume all of you were one person in NWA.
Also not Diddy. Okay.
No.
Diddy.
Yeah.
Are you handling the news well?
You know, it shook my whole family. I called my mom, and she was in tears because she was like, behind closed doors, he was great.
Yeah.
So healthy.
Sharp.
Yeah, sharp as a tack.
Yeah. And then it is funny though to write a book. I can't wait to read this book, man. You know, I mean, kudos to Jake for being. That's what I love about capitalism.
Piece of shit.
But hey, listen,
Liar.
When democracy is falling, somebody's got to make a buck. You know, it's like it's crumbling before your eyes. Instead of telling the people what they should know, he's like, "Oh, I could." I can
toe the line long enough to write my own book about it.
It's like, I will lie for 4 years straight, and then I'm going to release a book about every lie I told knowing the whole time.
Right, and he's trying to present himself like this. He's this truth teller.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like, it's a story. That's like if I released a book about, you know, Bill Clinton being a sex addict.
Right.
He's like, I got breaking news.
Whoa.
It's called The Devil's Threesome.
Yes, it comes out the day after Monica Lewinsky blow him. It's like, wow, this
Bombshell news.
is crazy.
No, she did the forward.
Yeah, that's right.
She did the forward and the backward.
Yeah, she did the kneeling.
Talented woman. Here.
I'm sorry, this is a family show.
Yes, she has her own podcast now.
She's
that
great. She
true?
looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Chris Rock's bit. Like, do you know how famous you have to be that if you get your dick sucked by somebody, it makes them famous?
By
Yeah, that's
osmosis.
great. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Really.
If you're that level of fame where somebody gets like a good 30 years of celebrity out of it at this point,
Yeah.
that is
Daytime TV.
a famous
book.
dick.
I think she was on, Dancing with the Stars, wasn't she?
I'm sure. It had to be one of those, or like
Yeah.
when they all lived in the house together with Sherman Hemsley. This is like one of them.
I mean, a movie, right? She got her own movie? I think it was like a TV movie or something like
I
that.
think someone played her in a TV
Yeah.
movie. Or it was just Molly Shannon in a sketch.
I might be mixing things up here.
You're thinking of Molly
Yeah,
Shannon.
it's like, I'm like thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a 3-way call with, it was Saddam Hussein played by Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Shannon.
That's
and then-
exactly right.
Yeah.
That was
She
a great.
did release a dress line too. I just want to
She
point
wrote-
that out. Yes.
Well, that's the perfect one, though. Do they each have a little stain?
Yeah, that's a little. That's her trademark.
I knew she had like purses and berets and stuff.
Yeah. She
Wow.
collaborated with like a dress designer.
That's so fun. Oh yeah, I bought a couple of her knee pads.
They're very nice.
Very comfy.
It's great knee pads.
They last forever. You see all these skateboarding kids and stuff. Yeah. It's incredible.
You got the Lewinskis.
Whoa, dope.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Oh, but it is sad though. It's shocking news. How did you guys handle the?
I was shocked.
Yeah.
No idea. The entire time his mental acuity was just not there. I had no idea.
Clearly, you're not. If it got past the best journalists that we have,
Exactly. The experts. I believed all the experts.
The Don Lemons, the Brian Stelters.
the top of the line. Yeah, that's
top.
the A team.
Yes.
The A team.
The Jake Tappers.
As I like to call them, fake yapper. Where's my camera?
That's in the title. We should put that in the title. There you go.
Yeah, he's so
for
it's
Title.
it's crazy, man. Like this guy, going around. I love Megyn Kelly dressing him down.
Yes.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's the only time I'm not gay, but I loved watching that man get dressed down by Megyn Kelly. You know what I mean? Because she came at him, and it's like he wasn't even prepared for these answers. He was like, "Yeah, you're right." Kind of like when Bernie went on Flagrant. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Andrew just was like, "Yeah, we haven't had a good." A free election since 2008. Isn't that bad? Aren't the Democrats also a threat to democracy? And Bernie was like, "Oh yeah." Good point. He was like, "Oh yeah, you make a good point." I was like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck?" But you're raising money for these people.
He's like, oh, you're right. You're right. I don't know.
You're right. Yeah, you can do the only thing you can do is give me $15. What else is there?
He always wants $15.
Validate parking.
Yes. He's like, I want 2 things: a lot of mansions and Delta Comfort.
That was actually based when he
below.
when he was confronted about riding private jet.
Yeah.
And the answer to that Did you see that? It was great because they were like, yeah, what are you doing? Why are you flying private? And he was like, what, do you want me to wait in line at United? No. Yeah. He
suck.
Yeah.
It is hilarious, though. It's like your carbon footprint in that flight is the lifetime of my car.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for everybody else, just one flight.
Yeah, but he cares about somehow he cares about the environment. I don't really know. It's kind of losing the plot. I love Bernie, man. It's a matter of.
I liked Bernie too.
Yeah. It's just silly though, because at this point, it's like he probably should have died a while ago. You either die a hero or live long enough to endorse Joe Biden.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well, like with Bernie, my issue is like, okay, so you think there's this, and I'm not saying there's not environmental problems, but you think that everything's going to be, like the oceans are basically going to come to land and destroy everything, so you built a beach house on the ocean?
How much do you believe it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like you going like, this neighborhood's getting pretty rough, and it's like, well, why'd you buy 2 stores and build a house? You're like, it's none of your goddamn business, Mike.
None of your business?
Yeah, well, it's nice to know that being a socialist pays so much.
I know,
It really does.
It's really lucrative.
Everybody should have the same thing. It's like, I agree. I would love what you have, Bernie. It's a lot more.
I do special stuff for you.
Yeah, I care about poor people, and I want them to have health care. I just don't want them to touch me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around them.
Gross.
Yeah, I really think they're all as important as me, but I am not sitting in a middle seat in United. I would rather blow my brains than touch elbows with any of these poor people.
Yeah, you got to respect it, man.
Yeah, they're all con men.
Mm-hmm.
And they all work together to divide us and make money. And they're really good at it.
Oh yeah, they are. But it does begin to unravel, especially on the Democratic side, where you see the Jake book, Bernie's running around acknowledging that Democrats are a threat to democracy. It's like talk about like not having any game. There's no plan.
Yeah.
Biden has cancer, which, by the way, now Biden is officially able to be the head of the DNC now that he has cancer. Did you see about this?
No.
So I think it was an oversight committee. Jenny.
It's a great name for that committee.
That's what we expertise. That's our expertise.
Yeah, I believe it's that with the DNC, and it was like a fight with AOC between this old 84-year-old guy or 74. He literally had cancer against AOC, and they were both fighting to be the head of this committee, which is a powerful position in the Democratic Party, and they chose Jerry, this old guy with cancer. And that just shows you over this young. And say what you will about AOC, I think we can all agree she's at least got a couple more good years left.
Of course she does. Yeah.
I made a run.
Yeah.
Oh, she might be crazy, but she's not dementia.
Of course. Yeah. That's who you would want. If that's who you should want. You want a young person that understands media, not somebody that doesn't even know how to send a tweet. On top of that, he has cancer. And now with the whole Biden, Joe obviously had cancer the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
The thing that I love too, which it shows too, was Morning Joe, if you remember, when Trump won, they wouldn't go on the air because CNN was afraid of what they might say.
Yeah.
And then 3 days ago on Morning Joe, they're interviewing, who are they interviewing?
Vin Gupta?
Yeah.
Vin Gupta.
Dr. Vin Gupta.
Gupta, the Bollywood action star. And, they're interviewing him, and he's basically saying he's had this the whole time. There's no way he hasn't. It's just nothing, metastasizes? I forgot the word.
Yeah, there's no way that it doesn't just happen overnight kind of thing. It's a very progressive.
Right.
Yeah, it would have to be the rarest of the rare, and they check presidents so much that they would have caught it in urine, blood.
And he said that he was checking, because you, as a doctor, you have access to all those. And he said he was checking Joe Biden's and they wouldn't load. Like it wasn't, like he couldn't find it in the database. Deleted it.
It's so
obvious. They lied the whole time.
Joe, we were talking about this. It's a funny word when they talk about the cover-up.
Yeah.
It's like, what cover?
The thing that we all knew was happening. What are you talking about?
It's like one of the worst cover-ups.
It's so hard to have cover-ups with the internet.
Yeah.
It's like we covered it up. It's like there's like 8 people in here with phones.
Well,
I don't think.
Do you remember that video of Elizabeth Warren where the guy was? You said that Joe Biden was really sharp and stuff, and he was like, would you say that he's as sharp as you? And she's like. Like she couldn't even hide her well, yeah, I did say that. But,
yeah, well, I was part of the lie.
That's so funny. Well, Native Americans do not tell lies.
That's true.
She cannot tell a lie on Native. Yeah, it's an old a ritual. The Cherokee.
Her ancestors won't let her.
Ancestors won't let her lie.
Turns into Jim Carrey from Liar Liar.
She can't.
I have to tell the truth.
What was the name? She actually released a cookbook called Bow Wow Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pow Wow Chow. Pow Wow Chow.
Bow Wow Chow.
No, she didn't.
Yes.
I swear to God.
Let me see if I can
Let's
pull it up. Hold on.
She was so into this lie that she made money off of Indian recipes. Which what is it? It's buffalo over a campfire on every page. What's the smorgasbord?
Rabbit again. Sweet.
Yo, to be that white and to release a cookbook and an indigenous cookbook, right? These are my ancestors.
Especially when it's a lie, but you also just found out you were Indian.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh wow, I'm 8%. I better put out a cookbook.
Yeah. That's funny. She wasn't even 8%. That would have even been better.
Less,
Yeah,
it was.
Here it is.
Pow Wow Chow.
Oh wow, Chow.
Oh my God.
Yep. And everything she's holding looks like you wouldn't make anything with it today.
It's just a bowl of apples.
It's a bowl of apples. Floating pie. A pie? She's thinking about the pie? She's thinking about the pie.
She's smelling the pie like a cartoon character is smelling pie on a windowsill.
Oh my God. Yeah. This is so racist. That's what you love about Democrats. They're more racist than anybody ever.
But they're so genuine about it, I think that
Yeah.
I think she genuinely thought she was. And she was going around touting. That's why she wrote it. I think she genuinely is that.
So now that's
dumb.
a good point.
She didn't look into it.
How much of this is genuine? Because when I go back and forth with the whole Biden thing, because I just try to wrap my head around, was this a lie? Does Jake Tapper, does he think he's actually at the forefront of honesty and integrity, or is he running game? Did he really trick himself? Do these people believe the lie, or do they know that they're lying?
Well, most of it is teleprompters, right? So a lot of the things that Jake Tapper says, he's not even writing or saying, he's just spouting it. So I don't even think he knows what he's saying. That's why he can have that dissidence where he could then write a book about the cover-up that he was literally a part of on national television. Doesn't matter, nobody watches it anyway, so I think he can.
Well, and I also
rid of it.
think it's both.
Yeah,
he's looking at Joe Biden and he's like, we know he's not healthy. Then he's reporting the news. I mean, all you have to do is watch a clip.
Exactly.
And then you're making money off of it.
Right.
So, I mean, it's got to be both. I mean, you have to be aware of it and part of whatever the cover-up was. But then you also have to profit off the scandal of it and do mental gymnastics to convince yourself that you didn't know. So that's what I think it is. It's just however you do the gymnastics to make you feel like you're not the problem.
That's the thing is a lot of I think government corruption is also half incompetence and half people that will use that incompetence as a smoke shield to just go, okay, we can plan whatever we want to plan. And if it goes bad, we just pretend that we're stupid because half of our people out there, mostly the faces of all of us, are stupid people. Bernie Sanders, it looks stupid on them, doesn't look stupid for everybody else. I think that's mostly what's going on. It is that column A, column B. It's
such a ridiculous thing, and they act shocked too. I love with when Kamala lost. Now all of a sudden they were like, I didn't see it coming. It's really there weren't signs.
There weren't polls. You all believe that all the polls are completely genuine and they're 100% accurate. You didn't believe those polls when they said that she was the most unlikable candidate you had in your own party?
It's so funny, man. I mean, it's our friend, Brian Simpson, a very funny.
Yeah, very funny.
He made the point the other day where he was like, because when Hillary ran and she lost, they told us it was about sexism. So why then would you turn around and get not just any woman, but the most unlikable, the person that we already resoundingly rejected her. And then you shove her down our throats, and then you wonder why we threw her up.
Right.
It's it doesn't make any sense. It's almost like Democrats don't really care about winning.
No, and they trained you to deal with her for such a long long time, or like they should have.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They just gave Joe whatever vitamins he needed and injections to walk out and seem like he had a little bit of an idea of what was happening.
And yeah, that still didn't even work.
Right. But then the last debate, when you knew they wanted to get him out, they're like, give him nothing. Just let him go out there and be himself. And that's when they were like, we got to pull him off. There's something seriously wrong. Yeah.
You think that was a setup, huh? You think they were like,
absolutely.
Did you watch I think it was MSNBC. They brought freaking Gavin Newsom on as it was like wrapping up in the background, and Gavin was just like the immediately sea change of the media that went, oh, we're all concerned. And Gavin was like, I like the guy a lot, but this performance just looked really bad. And the second he walked out, we all just realized he wasn't fit.
Yeah, they were waiting.
It felt like a drop, like they were just waiting.
We're waiting for it to be okay, because they all knew it. That's why this book is bullshit. It's not only too late, but it's like you're revealing information when we don't need it, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
If anything, it benefits you.
Yeah, it's done. I mean, the problem is the people who allowed it. And then I don't really know what the laws are, like against, it's like you let them have cancer and you didn't tell anybody and you let them run the free world. It's a pretty shitty thing to do on paper.
It is.
But I think they run the country anyway. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you do? Retroactively say you're all treasonous or something? Like,
I don't
at what
feel
level do
that
we
they're
start saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that?
That's a good, I think, yeah, you're right. But now let's put this into perspective, because I love history. You know what I mean? And even though I grew up in Detroit, went to public school, we couldn't afford history books.
Right. Well, you had to learn history by watching the History Channel.
Exactly. Yeah.
A white person's house from outside.
Yeah. Which now is all about aliens.
Yeah,
Ancient aliens.
Yeah, it was Hitler and Alien Channel.
Hitler was an alien.
Yeah.
But history shows us that this isn't the first time that an administration has lied about a president's health, right? Like, I mean, going back to JFK, he had chronic back issues. Polio, my guy had polio. FDR, and George W. Bush famously was retarded.
Yes, famously.
So,
Just the man choked on a pretzel.
Again, you could see that in the footage.
You can see it.
Footage of him. Yeah,
we can see it.
We knew that.
Yeah, we all knew it. It's one of these open secrets, I guess.
Yeah, it's so odd that it comes out as prostate cancer when we're like, really, it's not just lots of mental stuff. And they're like, no, it's both.
It's not what you thought it was. It's what we say it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
dementia.
it better. Yeah, it's so funny.
That's the thing, too, is like when we were talking about them putting Joe up there and then all of a sudden they all figure it out. It's like, then your play was Kamala Harris after that?
Yeah,
what is the play? That's what I think.
They didn't even have a play. They still don't have one.
They still don't. I think a lot of people give them too much credit and think that they're the masterminds. They're playing 4D chess. They have all the plans planned out. I'm like, it does not look like that. It looks like they are running around like a chicken with their head cut off.
It starts to make you think that, because you're like, there's no way they could just be, like you said, running around with their heads cut off. There has to be some sort of deeper game to it.
Yeah. But you're like, is it? Yeah. It's either they're crazy masterminds, and this is we don't even know the outcome of these plans, or they're the dumbest motherfuckers we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think most of it is covering up incompetence. Mm-hmm. I think that's the largest part of it. I mean, even if you look at the JFK assassination, when you really break it down, we're like, we don't know how many people shot him. How bad were you guys at the assassin job? Yeah. They're like, there's one guy right there, there's one over here. Yep. Like, we don't know anything. Like, they're bad at everything, but now it becomes like, no, we did that on purpose, so you'll never know who it is. It's like, you sure? Yeah. You didn't just have 3 guys because 2 were awful shots?
Yeah, that never made any sense. I feel like that's a good example of how you know a president was really doing some shit. You know what I mean? When they get shot at, I think every president that gets shot at is like, okay, that's the reason you got shot at.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's something that you're doing. You're making the wrong people or the right people very mad, and someone wants you out of here. And my favorite thing about the JFK is that the guy that apparently shot him, then decided to go see Pink Panther.
You like a good film. Yeah, like a film, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's like, I just love
So's hilarious.
I love Butterfinger policemen.
I'm a sucker. I get it.
I love his to-do list. 1, kill the president. 2, catch a matinee.
Yeah, catch a matinee.
Well, I bought the tickets before I planned the assassination. So I'm not gonna...
What are you going to do?
He's like, well, they called me and I had them.
Yeah, but even Trump, they shot him in the ear. It's like, he made some people, which that's, by the way, I love how we just stopped talking about that.
Bro, we don't know anything about that dude.
Yeah.
That was the most shifty freaking assassination too, because they were like, "Oh, we couldn't put any snipers up there or watch it because it was a little sloped."
Well, and that's
the
where
ceiling was a little too.
That's where they messed up too, because they go, well, maybe he had himself shot because they knew that it would gain sympathy. It's like, first of all, nobody's gonna go, okay, so you're just gonna hit my ear, right? Like, you're
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
yeah. And then the other part is he was on a roof for so long the children were pointing out the gunman.
Yeah.
So the incompetence is just there. Then you find out this isn't even Secret Service. It was people from Homeland Security that watched a literal 1-hour tape on how to be Secret Service.
What, really?
So funny.
Real.
Oh my God.
And
It's things like that.
But that's just incompetence at the highest level imaginable.
Is it incompetence or was that set up for him to get, because it's like, is it incompetence or at some level is somebody making the choice, I'm going to create the perfect
doorway
situation.
Open the door.
Right.
and then
Like
let
line
people
all
walk
the
through.
pieces so Trump can't get you. Because it's like, who would do that? It seems to me a very evil thing. Like, speaking of evil, I remember Bobby Kennedy. You know,
we did the.
yeah, that's how we met. Yeah, we did shows for Bobby, and I remember he didn't have Secret Service, and that was something that he requested the Biden administration,
And they turned him down.
Yep.
Which now we know it was Hunter.
Yeah,
Running the show.
Yeah, it was Hunter running the show.
Yeah. Well, even when we had worked with Bobby Kennedy would come out at the end of the comedy show and talk, and what looked like set design of flags next to him. But it was dudes strapped like with guns and stuff, and like they were really the ones like all around, but you couldn't tell, and they looked like real, actual people that might, be in the military.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So as opposed to what we saw with the Trump assassination, when you have the one lady just sliding across the stage,
Melissa McCarthy. Yeah.
Not knowing how to put their gun back in the
Yo, if Melissa McCarthy doesn't play her,
he's a head taller than all of them.
they're jumping trying to cover. His fist is in the air. Yeah, it's so funny to and again, was that was that incompetence, or did somebody create the perfect situations?
That feels deliberate. I think you're right.
Yeah,
because we don't know anything about the kid. And like they show a picture of him and you're like, ugh. Like, but it's like, so it's like, I don't even think MK Ultra would have picked this kid.
If he was walking around in the street, I'd be like, we need to call the cops.
Right.
Like, what's going on with this guy? He's inbred.
It's why do I know the type of lube that Diddy was using,
Right.
but not
Yeah.
where this guy came from?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, I know that he has an oil-soaked house.
Yeah. Why do I know that Cassidy would rub other guys' semen on his chest?
on his nipples.
I
Yeah.
don't want to know that, but I know that. We don't have the information on this assassin.
Why do you know that there's a guy called the Punisher who used to go over there? And it's got nothing to do with Frank Castle.
Jesus.
It's just like, dude.
Right, yeah, but this guy didn't. Where did he come from?
And he's connected to Trump too, apparently.
He is, yeah. We actually have
Punisher?
Really?
The
What?
Punisher.
Punisher guy, yeah.
Yeah.
We can get a little
I
bit
learned
of
that today.
Wow.
Let's get into
Crazy.
that. But
Do
first, a quick palate cleanser, real
please.
quick.
Yes, please.
If we could. Random Seagull. You have to play.
No, you have to say the thing first.
Oh, in case you didn't know, Steven Seagal can't get knocked down in film, but if he does, he kicks you so hard, you die. Dead.
That spin kick is amazing.
He is such a great martial artist that man who's obviously trained for many years in the military, one face kick from Seagal, dead.
Dead. By impact.
This has been Random Seagull.
Yeah.
It's like our Walker Texas Ranger lover.
Yeah, that's right. The guy's he's such a badass, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the way that he goes to Russia and sits.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a?
Appreciate the 15 different cuts in that scene.
Dude, it's clearly not him every time.
Yeah. There's one shot of his face, and he goes, and then it's somebody else every other shot.
It's not even like, it's just him like that very slowly where you can tell they sped it up.
Yeah. This guy, you're looking at the next president.
I would vote
God.
for sure for Steven Seagal.
Yeah, him. He would set Gaza straight.
Like, the dude was bald in his first movie, and he chose a widow's peak.
He's got great decision-making skills.
The opposite of bald. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the haircut Eddie Munster and no one else actually has. It's only vampires and fucking
Seagal.
Yeah.
He's vampire hunter Steven Seagal.
That's another great vampire.
He's like, I'm actually a day walker. Oh, so you like drink blood? He's like, I'll drink anything.
Steven's outside your house. Are you going to invite me in?
I could be in the sunlight. I'm special like that.
I don't twinkle.
No, I don't want you inside my house. He's like, because I'm a vampire? No, you'll just eat everything.
Yeah, you're a fat ass.
Yeah, I find you
Smell weird.
Can't fit through the door. These.
I find you unpleasant. It's the whole Steven Seagal vampire movie. Is people just not letting him in?
He dies from starvation. He can't get anybody.
He dies 2 minutes in eating a garlic-covered pizza. It's just him.
It was sitting there. What am I supposed to do?
I mean, it just kept calling my name.
I love that we have a set aside portion of every show where we just roast Steven Seagal for the past 2 weeks.
I mean, that's how do you not? I'm sorry, but how do you not comment on such a talent, a generational talent?
Tell him about the energy drink. Do you know about his energy drink?
Oh
Trey?
my God.
Oh, yeah. What were, the flavors were, it was...
Cherry Crush.
Cherry Crush and...
Asian Experience.
Asian Experience.
What's like a generic, drink?
It was a generic energy drink. It did so poorly, it was pulled from shelves.
Cherry Crush and Asian Experience.
The one that Angela found that was left was $6,900 on eBay.
Wow.
What?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
how rare. Like,
They're very
people
rare.
are buying Bitcoin. We should have been buying Steven Seagal energy drinks.
Yeah, that's where the money is. Yeah, it's years from now we're going to be bartering with Asian Experience.
Like, who's looking at Steven Seagal, especially the time when he released him, now that he sits in every movie and like does karate from a chair, and is like, what would give me that energy?
Asian experience.
Asian Experience. Yeah,
I know about the Asian Experience.
Yeah.
I love that. That's his. Like, it's so racist, but like in an adorable way.
Yeah.
He appreciates it, yeah.
Yeah, like he appreciates the culture, but he's never taken time to actually learn about it.
He's like, I just like the aesthetics.
Yeah, it's like it's all just assumptions.
Yeah.
I watched one action movie and that was enough.
He's like, well, it's sort of a karate robe. Yeah, like, what is this? It's like 5 different things he has on from different cultures.
Yeah.
Well, you understand, I know all the martial arts.
Which one the
do you use?
ponytail is?
Dude, the ponytail is amazing.
Yeah, he saw it in some Asian movie, some like crouching tiger thing. He's like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
What did he fuck one Asian one time?
He did actually, yeah. Like he learned from some woman's father that he was dating, and then he came back and he opened up a martial arts studio, and it was a deal between a Hollywood agent and another guy. He goes, I can make anybody a star.
Yeah.
And he's like, I bet you can. He goes, honestly, you can find the most unlikable, uncharismatic person, and I will make them a star. And the guy goes, I know just the person, and it was his like what is it? Whatever it's called. Keto instructor, Steven Seagal.
And he did. That's actually the
yes.
truth.
I hope that his girlfriend's dad has no idea what a keto is.
Yeah, yeah.
He was just like, you do this. He was just fucking with him.
He's like, one time I asked you not to play with the swords.
Oh my God. So wait, we got the legend Steven out of like some guy flexing.
Out of a trading places bet.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Out of a trading
Unironically, yes.
Yeah.
This guy. That's so funny. That's probably how we got Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Someone
I can
was
make
like,
him the president.
I can make this guy the
I
president.
bet you $1.
They're like, who's
Give me
the guy?
50 years.
Who's that racist guy? Who's I guess at the time he was
Who's the guy who said more racist stuff than Strom Thurmond? Is there a way that we can get him to be the president of the United
The
States?
urban jungle guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
And he's like, Biden?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, dead wife, check.
You're sure he has prostate cancer, You sure you want me to?
That'll come around.
All right,
Just don't talk about
Oh,
it.
don't talk. Yeah, we'll tell him after. I got a book I'm writing about his asshole.
So funny. Yeah. How did that guy bumble? But I mean, how else do people like that fall into power.
It's got to be.
Yeah, somebody made a bet.
It's got to be George Soros and some other world leader that are like, all right, let's see if we can do it.
You think they're just
No way we can get that. No way we can make that work.
They're like, dude, he just fell up the stairs. He's like, doesn't matter.
Oh my God, they're buying it. What do we do? What do we do? I don't know.
He goes, watch this. I'm going to put him on a bike.
That was the meanest thing ever, I think. That was a Mean Girls thing.
How did you think it was going to end? With him stopping properly and getting off?
Yeah.
At first, he did pull up with some swag. I remember that.
A little bit.
That's what I love is he pulled up with swag, then lost his balance and fell over while standing.
Yeah.
Immediately pushed over by wind. Like, that's this guy's strongest opponent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A small gust of wind.
Small gust of wind. A lot of presidents have to worry about China. He was like, is it windy out?
He's like, I just need a heavily treaded shoe, like I'm always rock climbing.
That was another thing, too. They tried to blame his walk on he didn't wear his cast. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they tried to say, oh, he hurt his foot and didn't wear his cast. I was like, no, I know a lost old man when I see
That doesn't explain the weariness. What is
Do you want to mention
every time?
Yeah, you want to mention that he got the cast falling off a stage talking to someone who wasn't there?
Yeah.
Like,
That has been dead for many years.
Yeah, talking to his ancestors. Yeah, he was using the force.
Ben! Sorry. The devil talking to me.
telling stories about people at swimming pools that he hit with a length of chain. And it's like, dude, you're 80. I know what swimming pools were, and I know the people you're talking about.
Yeah, man. It's so funny. Yeah. And then again, it's like he went on The View. You remember, you see that?
Just recently?
Yeah, just recently. Trying to like, I guess, denounce whatever's coming out in this book. And he lost his train of thought. And Jill was there. His handler, his handler / wife.
His doctor-ish wife.
Dr. Jill Biden. Yes. Put some respect on her name. But yeah, she was like, one of her defense, one of the things she said was that, the people that wrote this book, they didn't see how hard Joe worked. And I'm like, what, to remember his name? Like, you didn't see how hard he worked to have consistent bowel movement.
Yeah.
Stand up with balance.
You have no idea the strain prostate cancer has on a man shitting out ice cream.
That's why he should have tapped out. He had every opportunity to tap out too, which was what he was supposed to do. And it's just so funny to ruin your own legacy, because he was the guy that did beat Trump until he wasn't, because now he's like, you didn't beat him, you just interrupted him a little bit. It's like, you now we got more Trump, because had he not even ran, Trump would be wrapping up.
Yeah.
Of course.
We have the Golden Dome.
Yeah.
Speaking of golden domes and showers, Diddy, this guy we wanted to talk about a bit, the Trump shooter connection with Diddy is it's something no one's really talking about. The guy went into Trump's hotel with a gun and started shooting up the place, and then talked about how he was an escort for Diddy and Rick Ross, and how they're both gay, and he's been in jail ever since and hasn't even had a trial yet.
That's wild.
Yeah, and his name was brought up in the trial the other day, which legitimized all of his claims. He talks about how they developed a secret society and how they all worship the devil. Let's take a look.
That he's lying to the American people.
I don't know if we have to talk over that.
Embarrassed about the Stormy situation, okay?
You don't have...
Time in the United States?
Yeah.
Just my dog, Bubbles. My
service dog?
Yeah. Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? Mm-hmm. They're gay.
Who?
Both.
They're gay.
Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
What about Dr. Dre?
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay.
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas?
Yeah.
He likes Hamas. Who doesn't love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little snack.
Support it.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard
15
lots.
cards.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How
Is
do you
Diddy
know
in the
this?
room with us
You
now?
know Sean Combs.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like a very long video, but that's the
Well, it's like the
beginning of
internet when they
interrogation.
pause it and you could see. Yeah.
Well, I mean, who would want to have sex with that guy?
I was gonna say he's a male escort. That guy.
Yeah, like that's
He's like blue collar male escort.
I stack it every day. Got my lunch pail.
Yeah.
I got
Diddy.
15 cars.
Yeah,
Bought a lot.
I feel like he looks more like the escort that shows up and beats the shit out of you until you come.
Yeah.
It's wet work.
He doesn't
Yeah,
look
he's
like
the guy that cleans up after.
Yeah, he's the janitor.
I wipe up the loads.
It's an important job. You know?
Imagine just knocking on your hotel door. He's like, "What's up?" And you're like, "Wow, you look way different than your picture."
Yeah.
I didn't know I was gonna get sling blade.
It's a niche. He's got a fetish. Like a bear. It is.
So funny.
Wow.
Sense.
So, but I mean, he did know about this, and then his name comes up in the trial.
Was his name brought up in the trial because
Yeah.
he said this,
No,
or
play the video.
No, we have
There's a
this now.
transcript. Somebody
Yeah.
reading a transcript.
The escort, Jonathan. You thought he took a video? Jonathan freaking Oddie. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's all happening. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't like her either.
He's going online to make sure
He's one of the
video
only
didn't get
people that's going
released.
through and actually reading like the full.
The escort, Jonathan. The question is, the escort, Jonathan. Cassie, you thought he took a video? She said, yep, I did. Diddy spent a lot of money to make sure that video didn't get released, right? Cassie said, I don't know. You had a conversation with
Yo.
Jonathan Oddie that was transcribed. Remember I told y'all Jonathan Oddie said he had stuff transcribed? You had a conversation with Jonathan Oddie that was transcribed? Cassie said, I'm not sure. Was he volatile? Cassie said, I did not trust him. What did Diddy say when you told him you thought Mr. Oddie was recording? Diddy said he would take care of it.
I appreciate the acting.
I love that. Look,
Yeah.
that is. I love how serious that was. The Shakespearean level that she brought to the reading.
don't know.
It's like I want to see that. Fuck Shakespeare in the park. I want to see Diddy just in the park, like just reading us transcript.
Just her with her pink snowballs from Hostess on her head. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So he was brought up.
Yeah.
So this is a possible, and then there's the transcript is the obsession with baby oil play. Oh no, this is
That's not the
that's
transcript.
not-
Those are
This is
jokes.
what I wrote.
It's technically a transcript of
But we'll read
more
what
words.
we'll read what's allegedly a transcript. The obsession with baby oil play is Gollum in Lord of the Rings. I mean, this guy called himself the Punisher, nothing like Frank Castle. Says that in the hotel room everything was covered in sheets, and there were bowls of baby oil everywhere. He did say this. He said the entire place. Do we have the video of this in the beginning where he's sliding all over the place?
Sheets like Dexter, like he
No.
Okay.
line the outside.
Because there is a video of the guy inside of like Diddy's house, and
Yeah.
it's like an ice rink because
He's
everything's oil.
sliding around at all the floors
Yeah.
like Tom Cruise and Risky Business.
Oh my god, that's
You can find it, but we don't have it because the audio was going to get us.
But the audio would get us struck.
Well, I like how, like, when they first raided his house, there was a headline that said they found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, which means they counted to 1,000 and were like, we can't go any further. Like, we don't have the time, the manpower.
Guys,
no, it's just somewhere up there.
Yeah, it's a lot. Just
Guy's
don't
like
worry about
998, and then just looks, and there's 8 more crates coming out.
Let's just go with over 1,000 guys.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just cut to the chase.
Who would need all this? Also, how dry are the vaginas?
I think you just like to be slippery. You know?
Yeah, just like the slipper. You know, I dated a girl that actually used to organize that in LA. Like she coordinated. She was an assistant of Diddy.
What?
This was
Trey, why didn't you lead
You're
with
just
this?
dropping this right now. Please go on.
Who are you?
Elaborate.
Go on.
I was just in LA.
Tell us her name and get you in a sea of trouble.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna.
It's in the transcripts.
Yeah. But it was. I remember she said this to me. This was before the Diddy stuff. This was before it was known. So she's telling me like. She said, "Yo, yeah, I used to be Diddy's assistant," and I'm like, "Oh, cool. What's he like?" He's like, "Oh, he's quite. I just kind of would organize stuff for him. He would have these sex parties, and I would call everybody and make sure the scheduling was right. And so she had like a spreadsheet.
What?
And she was like, "Yeah, I got to get the bottles and make sure that there's enough lube." It was her. She did all of that for years. But she was telling me this, and in my head, I didn't think anything nefarious. I'm just like, yo, Hollywood is wild.
Yeah.
New meaning to the word spreadsheet, though.
I know.
It was crazy. I love the idea of having to call. Hey, so I got you down for the 3:30 freak off.
Yeah, you gonna be there?
Does that time work for you?
Hi, is James Avery there?
You may need to reschedule.
The jewelry guy?
Uncle Phil.
Oh.
Wait, was he there? Was he at the freak off?
No, there's just them naming Will Smith, and then they named Reginald Vell Johnson from Family Matters.
Carl
Oh,
Winslow.
really?
Well, he denies it. He's like, "Oh, I think the story's funny about me getting fucked in a bathroom."
It is funny.
It is funny. I mean, if you walk by you would see two dudes banging and you just keep walking, but then you would stop and go, "Is that the TV dad I grew up with?"
Yeah.
It's so funny to see. Is that Urkel?
That's weird.
Did I do that?
Is it bad form to ask for an autograph at one of these things?
Should I wait till he's done, or
to be starstruck at a freak off? Hilarious.
I see that Kanye's blowing Carl Winslow. Should I wait till this is? Should he swallow?
No, wait till before. It's bad. It's bad. It's a bad etiquette to ask before the bukkake.
Yeah, is it
That's a party foul.
Is it bad to ask him to sign my swastika flag before he stands up?
Yeah. Kanye is wild.
Well, he's another guy's accused though of blowing all these people at a party.
Well, he said he blew his cousin.
Yeah,
He made a song about it.
He made a
that's
bop.
right.
In tweet.
He made his new album has 2 songs with his cousin in the title.
Oh my god!
I can't believe I just said that like allegedly. It's like, well, no, he made a song.
He said.
Like you're trying to cover your ass.
Yeah. Allegedly, he released it.
Imagine being his cousin though. Like, dude, bro, I thought we had.
Well, I love that in the song he was like, "My cousin told me never to tell anybody." It's like, oh, you just made a song about it, which wasn't that good of a song. But I love how we only had a week to process that before he dropped the Hitler song.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't let up. Kanye's like a boxer.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you do. You're getting hit from all sides, and you're like, well, this is the knockout punch, but we're still standing.
Oh yeah, what's coming next?
Where's it coming?
Yeah.
This is round 1.
I blew my his cousin's calling him. He's like, we're half cousins.
Yeah.
You made it sound way worse than it was.
Man. Come on.
I mean, at least he's the one getting blown.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, can I suck your dick? He's like, well, you are very wealthy.
What are you gonna say? No, it's rude.
Right?
Yeah. If I'm at a party,
Kanye throws $1 million out, I'll be like, yeah, you can blow me.
why not?
You kidding me? I'll pay off my house.
$1 million.
Hey, like, hey, how'd you pay for that? I let Kanye West suck my dick.
Song's coming out next week.
You're just open about that? I'm like, you're going to find out somehow.
He's gonna talk about it.
You're going to have a song called Dave Blew Me in a Bathroom.
It's a banger. Yeah, it tops the charts. Yeah.
He's lyrically really good. You know?
No, he's
banger.
a genius, man. Listen, he's not a Nazi. He's just autistic.
Yeah, that's how I think all of them are. Yeah.
Right.
Autistics or Nazis?
Both.
Yeah.
I feel.
There's a lot of crossover there.
There is. They just love counting Jews.
Yes. Yeah, well,
IBM.
You need to know how many they are.
well, they were off by about 5.5 million. I don't know how autistic they could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I mean?
Jump on board on this.
Come on. Let's take this literally.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, we weren't there.
No, I wasn't there.
We weren't there, so there's no way to know for sure.
No, and I believe it was 6 million, and I think that's 6 million less poor Yelp reviews.
On the show?
No, I'm just.
We have our show on Yelp. If you didn't know, you can go.
That's
I
so
meant
funny.
Jews complain in a fun way.
Don't complain.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about my own friends.
They're funny.
We don't know anybody that's Jewish and complains.
I've never met one.
See, guys, Kanye makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Yeah. I should have just worn a black triangular hat.
Yeah, I'm waiting to buy that. I can't wait till he drops that merch. The Black Clan. I want to buy it. As to my knowledge, he hasn't released it yet, right?
I don't think so.
Easy.
Okay, then easy.
He hasn't released his girlfriend. He hasn't released his costume. There's a lot of things he's kept to himself.
Yo, she needs help for sure.
Oh, it's a humiliation ritual. that he's
That's what his
just doing
ex-girlfriends
everywhere.
have said too.
Yeah, it's all a humiliation ritual.
Yeah, that's. I think that things were very wrong when he started dating Kim Kardashian. I think that's when we really lost. That was the path of Kanye going down. Oh, this is not great. It's never a good move when someone dates a Kardashian.
Mm.
No, and it sucked that he kind of became Kim's husband for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
People knew him because of the show, and you're like, no, but he's a rapper.
It's Kanye.
Yeah, he had his own life.
Yeah.
For that, yeah, it really is
gold
sad,
digger.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
look at Bruce Jenner.
Who?
Well, hey, Bruce Jenner's dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Bruce Jenner was killed in a car accident with the other
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
That's my mistake. His sister. His sister, totally innocent, Caitlyn.
Yeah. Which is that's how you know she really is a woman. It's being a bad driver.
Yeah, exactly.
That was her first official act as a woman, was to kill a person.
Look how Angela.
Don't give those eyes. Come on. Come on. We've been in the car.
No,
Angela was in the car with me, and there's a parallel parking spot very tight between two cars. And she's like, oh, now let's see you do this, because I made fun of her.
in Detroit.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
First try, I pull in, I'm like, did you see that?
Boom.
She made that face.
I was like, yeah, I'm notoriously bad at driving. So that's what
really?
they're talking about.
She's not a bad
Almost
Oh,
killed both of us in a car immediately.
Yes.
She pulled off.
So funny.
Almost got hit by a car.
Yes, but I don't think you're a bad driver. I think you're a bad
Oh, yeah.
parallel parker.
Yeah, but that's who needs that?
No.
I don't live in New York.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
Yeah,
when
you
you
don't-
missed the parallel parking, it was 5 spaces.
It was like a football field between two cars. Yeah,
There's no reason. We circled the block twice.
But you know what? People always ask, what is a woman? Someone that can't parallel park. That's the answer to that.
That's what they can do so much, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's
Powerful women,
Yeah.
except for parallel parking. It's fine.
for sure.
I can create life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Just can't
I
park.
need a parallel park.
Or drive.
Yeah, you can create a child.
Yeah.
You just
Carry it.
can't safely drive it around. I thought you were really gonna throw it.
I'd miss.
I'm probably more womanly than you at sports. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
Yeah,
I'm
not
pretty.
yeah, you've done it. You've played
Take us
sports. I've bet on them and lost. So we are. This is a long one. We should probably save it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
pretty big long.
Which
time.
one? The long one? The Bongino?
Bongino or the?
Well, that one's pretty short. Bongino and Kash Patel all of a sudden turned around and said, "No, he did kill himself. Don't ask any questions."
Yeah.
No, we've been asking questions since he did it.
It is on theme with this episode. We've been talking about like
Pretty
people
interesting.
keeping things hidden and then changing their minds and
Who killed
conspiracy.
himself? What happened?
So Epstein, do you know this
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein fellow?
I haven't heard of him.
He has a whole
He's-
scenario where he's having sex with little kids and he blackmails people, and then they arrested him. Then they took him to prison.
That's one
The
way
investment
to put it.
banker. The investment banker.
and then
maybe,
then when he was in
Oh,
prison,
the investment banker.
yes.
all the cameras turned
That's
off.
how I know him as well.
All the cameras turned off at the same time,
Yeah,
and he killed himself.
that's right. Oh, he took his own life. That was
Right.
sad. Yeah.
It was
and
really
then,
sad.
Well,
and a bunch of people had a lot of questions about it. And people like Dan
why
Bongino.
the cameras turned off, why it looked like he had been struggling.
Right, a lot of weird things, Dan Bongino specifically. And then when he became part of the FBI, he was like, "It's all good."
Oh, wow. Okay. So he must have. So all of a sudden he has information we don't have, because apparently he's like, oh, okay, he did kill himself. I love how like having damaging information on the Clintons makes you have a serious case of
That's weird.
taking your own life. Like,
Yes.
it's interesting how that systematically,
Yes.
you know,
coincidence.
Sometimes it's just a random plane accident that seems very,
Yeah.
very unrandom.
Yeah,
Exactly
Or you shoot
right.
yourself twice in your chest.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
While running through or the back, running through the woods yelling.
That one
"Help."
as well. Yes.
But how much of this though is bullshit. Like, when do we call, because Trump was supposed to release the files, right? Like the Epstein files, and then we got like a redacted version of it was like the first part of phase one, like it was Marvel.
When do we get to the final
Epstein
plot?
will return in the next file.
It's like, what are these phases? Just tell us what happened.
Who's Thanos?
Yeah.
Well, it's like we won't release any redacted JFK information, and then you get it and you go, there's no words, there's nothing here.
Just a crude drawing.
Yeah, it's a man's
Drew a dick on this document.
So Kash probably doesn't want to wake up dead.
Maybe that's what it is.
Well, I think there is a point too where you get certain secrets and you're like, yep, that's a secret.
You're like, oh shit, there's a reason.
It's got to be that. I mean, with him, I wonder though if those cameras cut off and there was a body double, and it's because I don't trust the government or believe them, and I fully believe that there were definitely people that are high up in government on those lists and on those planes.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, he could still be alive. That's my favorite reality that I choose to live in. Is he's somewhere hanging out.
He's down in Argentina.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with Hitler.
He bought Hitler's place.
Looking after the Hitler estate.
Yeah. Hanging out with Kanye down there.
Just doing yard work in a sombrero, trying to be incognito.
Senor Epstein.
It's a post-credit
He has a big
scene.
fake mustache, even though he's had time to grow one.
Yeah. It
works.
is
It
so weird that like these, because they're all implicated, like,
yes,
it's not just Clinton, it's Trump. He was hanging out. I don't know if Trump is as implicated, but he knew the guy for sure.
I think he legitimately kind of knew him from the investment banking world, because the pictures
Which is where I
that
knew
they
him
have. Me too, yeah. Like the pictures they have with him and Trump are so like a billionaire party, where I believe that regardless of anybody's opinion on Trump, if they had pictures of him on the plane or Epstein Island, they would have pulled it out of everywhere by now.
Right, yeah.
I mean, they let a man with ass cancer be president for 4 years. If they had one picture of Trump in any actual situation with Epstein other than just coincidentally being at a party, I think they would have been all over the place.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. There's no evidence that he did anything, but there's recording of him acknowledging that Epstein likes him young.
Oh, I'm sure they knew. That's how, I mean, there's people in the comedy world that know stuff that don't say anything for years.
Open secrets.
And then, there's a few open secrets that it's like, who are you going to tell, though? It's like they were talking about Denzel Washington, how he was at a Diddy party, but he got up and left. And then you saw him at a basketball game, and he ignored Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z went up to him, and he just completely walked past him like he was invisible.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like, but people are like, well, why didn't Denzel tell? It's like, well, who's he going to tell?
Was he
The people involved, the people that are high up in Hollywood? Like, he did the right thing. He was like, this is sick, and walked out, because that's all you can do in that situation.
Yeah. Hollywood is sick, which is why when I first heard about my friend, when I was dating her, when she told me that she had that job setting up these sex parties, I just was like, that checks out.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. They worship the devil.
Yeah.
You don't bat an eye.
Right.
No, Brian Singer would invite kids to not kids, but like
twinks.
19,
The jewelry
20.
guy?
Yeah, the jewelry guy.
yeah. But like notoriously, he would have like twink parties.
The Golden Rose guy who I've met.
Yeah.
Everybody hates BrianSinger.com.
That's why they hate him.
That's why they hate him, because he offers low prices on children.
It's so sick, the children thing. Even but the children, that being such an open secret is like scary, because the Nickelodeon guy.
Oh yeah.
Schneider.
Yeah.
That was wild. Like, and then when you look at, he's the Tarantino of Nickelodeon. He was so obsessed with feet.
Yes.
If you remember, because I'm young enough to, I watched all that.
Yeah.
I watched all that stuff.
Have you
He had
seen
a
his swimming pool?
Swimming pool, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the shape of a foot.
A foot.
It's the Nickelodeon.
The Nickelodeon logo is a foot.
It's 5 toes as hot tubs and then a foot pool.
Insane.
And it was a known thing, because like kids would.
Which I thought I was the
over
only
and
one that
would
had that. Sorry, go ahead, I interrupt you.
it was a known thing. Like it would be like, hey, you got to go to these parties so you could get discovered and put on a show. Like it was completely known. And that's a weird thing about the Me Too movement. It's like it stopped at kids. This is something we talk about a lot on like Neurotic. Is it stopped at kids and men. We don't talk about Brendan Fraser or Terry Crews. And or all the kids.
Right.
All of a sudden, it's very focused over here.
It's so silly. Yeah.
It's still an open secret.
Well, you look at like Amanda Bynes and certain people of that era who are truly damaged, and then you look at like Kenan Thompson, who I think must have had enough people around him to keep a lot of that away.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, like the movie Heavyweights had to have been put together because it was the easiest and most catchable cast.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm right.
I mean, that's genius. If you're a pedophile.
Yeah, and they're like, "Look, I got a script.
Summer camp.
It's
very far away from the city and your parents.
They're all at a fat camp.
It's going to be cake.
Yeah, there's gonna be cake. Yeah, there's already beds. It's the set.
Yeah, that'd be like if Biden was like, I want to remake Little Rascals. He's like, look, I got an idea for a reboot. Hollywood loves reboots. So you just want to smell these kids' hair.
Yeah, but it's a salon. It's a Little Rascals salon.
But it's like leg hair.
Hear me out. The kids. It's kids play Little Rascals, but the kids just playing with his leg hair.
I always love that. Like, there's no reason, like, just because he's black, he's interested in your leg hair.
Yeah, it's a rub up on my leg.
If it's anything,
Watch your hair stand back up.
It's a white thing to do the reverse, which I hate, where it's like, can I touch it? And it's like, it's going to feel like hair, you fucking idiot. But then you have people.
But it's so kinky.
Like, why would a kid look at leg hair, which looks the exact same on any race, and be like, can I play with your leg hair, old man?
No, you made him do that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of like, it reminds me of when the Dalai Lama kissed a kid in the mouth.
Yeah.
It's like old men doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
Kids. It's just so weird. Open, but we all saw that. That happened.
Yeah, and yeah, we all were like, he's the most peaceful man around.
Yeah.
Must listen to him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, I guess so.
And once you do that, I'm like, I don't think he is.
No. And even the Pope, it's like Catholic Church, that whole thing. We just got a new Pope.
Yeah.
American Pope. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He's on Black Twitter.
He's
Did
cool
we
on
read
Twitter.
the new Pope tweet today?
No, we didn't.
Oh, we have to do that. The Pope tweets every day. Then I got to read the new.
Oh, yeah.
The new Pope tweet is, new Pope greater than old Pope, like new Aunt Viv greater than old Aunt Viv.
Yo, bad take. Old Aunt Viv is the GOAT, all right? How dare you?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I don't like to hear from him.
The Pope,
But no, she was old. She had way more character.
She did.
She had her own episodes designed about her, and then when
Yep.
she switched to light skinned,
Some random ass bitch.
Yeah, she
and
became
light skinned Aunt Viv just shows up, and you're like, that's not the same
And
woman.
they all treat her like it's the same person. Get out
Yeah.
of here. Stop.
Yeah.
No, we're
Fell
trying to erase black people. It's black on black violence,
is.
man.
Not erasing, replacing.
Yeah, just with whiter.
I mean, she was well, no, I guess she was the same age as, same kind of hue as Ashley.
The second Viv?
No,
The first
there was Hillary Banks.
Right.
She was
Right, yeah.
lighter, and then Ashley Banks, who was dark, who was hot, and like
True,
my
yeah.
first crush ever. Her and Topanga. Oh my
Topanga,
god,
bro.
Topanga.
Yeah.
Still to this day, have you
Yeah.
seen her?
Yeah.
Topanga,
she
bro.
hasn't aged. It's like she's still 13.
You know, I liked her better when she was in middle school.
Yeah, those titties will always be 13.
Yeah.
That's the best part about growing old. You get older, but the titties stay 13. Oh my
The
god.
teacher neighbor's like Wilson. He's always peeking over the fence. He just doesn't say anything.
No, yeah, Topanga's great.
Topanga was hot.
great now, yeah.
But I liked Ashley too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley was good. Yeah.
Ashley Banks was hot to me. I guess I'm alone. I'm not trying to do this for street cred. I found her to be very attractive. I also found Jada Pinkett attractive in Menace to Society, and then never again.
Yeah.
And then once you got to know her
Scream 2?
personality, really never ever again. But in that movie, I thought she was
Halle
very
Berry in the Flintstones movie.
Halle Berry in anything.
I mean, the Flintstones,
The Flintstones,
movie, though.
yeah, that was peak Halle Berry.
Her getting railed by Billy Bob Thornton going. Sorry, I forgot what.
Monsters
Even that
Ball.
though, man, Monsters
Ball.
Ball.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
even.
But I'm
attractive.
talking Flintstones
And
movie.
Diddy
Yeah.
was in that. He plays a guy in jail.
Really?
And Monsters Ball.
Little did he know.
Yeah.
And the whole
Not even a joke.
Yeah, and she's getting railed by Billy Bob going, make me feel good. And you're like, this is uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable for many different reasons.
But it's worth seeing. It's like the movie Swordfish. The whole movie's terrible, but when you get to Halle Berry's tits, it's a really watchable film.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
the whole
I
reason.
don't mean to be rude.
Why is that rude?
Yeah, wait.
I just feel if there's a
You know I
woman
like.
in the room.
You know I like tits.
I know you do like tits.
I mean, who doesn't? It's just natural.
Yeah, tits are great.
Yeah.
Everybody,
We all
like, even
agree.
gay men like
It's
titties.
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Away from them.
We need like a whole.
No game. I think everybody. They're titties.
Yeah.
Who's your
They're meant to
favorite?
look
What's your
great.
favorite pair of titties?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's tough.
B.
Mothers.
Arthur.
Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek.
My mom's probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Mother's
His
probably kept me-
moms, yeah, Joe's moms.
They kept me alive.
Nancy Pelosi, for sure.
Oh,
We just talked about them
that.
yesterday.
That's right.
Oh yeah, we brought her up yesterday. Those
Wow.
Those milkers.
Yeah.
those are a fine pair of old jugs.
Nice.
Wouldn't mind blowing into those.
Knock the,
Like
blow the
you
dust
would,
off.
like
Yeah.
you would a jug. Like, but it's just 3 X's on her tits.
Like an old sailing boat.
This guy with a washboard standing next to you.
The favorite titties ever, honestly, my wife's.
I mean,
Oh, you know, that's
sweet.
Fuck
It's
you.
true, though.
Fuck you. I dare you.
She has perfect tits.
That's good though.
For real.
Good though.
I've seen her tits. They are perfect.
See?
Pretty good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know.
I don't think I've seen.
She made her flashers forever from the airport.
Look down.
The only way I'd get her to get her in the car.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yep, dead serious.
Sorry, your son was with her,
Dead
but
serious as ass cancer.
Hey, now we can't.
No, I do love her. That's true though. Like I don't
obviously,
know.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there's some great starlit boobies out there. Don't get me
That's great.
wrong.
And you've been with your wife how long now?
Oh God, 20,
Oh God.
That's a great response.
21 years. Our relationship
Awesome.
is old enough to drink.
That's great.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm looking for you right now. Me and my girl, we're taking a little break.
Why?
Well, we didn't want to. She just got deported accidentally.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
Are you for real?
Are you missing the cooking though?
No.
Was she arrested for the Diddy list?
She was just
she's on
in,
trial.
Just I gotta go for a while. I'll go be back.
It's a party planner and
Let some things blow over.
I'm surprised she's not like.
laying low. Well,
She gotta be on the list now.
well, are you really, if you're just scheduling, are you really complicit?
No.
Yeah.
You're not
just
complicit, but they're probably going to ask you questions about who you called.
Well, it's not illegal to have sex. I mean, you don't know what it's involved with.
That's true. We don't know that any illegal things went down with specifically what she scheduled. Maybe that was an above board freak off.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to mix those in too, so you can have some.
Exactly. Yeah, they can't all. I think the stuff that Diddy's in trouble for is the shit that happened when Denzel left. Like after, it's like he must have saw some shit where it's like, oh, all right, let me get out of here.
even when you had like Kevin Hart emceeing the party, I feel like he wouldn't be shouting names if he thought there was like danger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, I'm sure he knew there was a level. We all know there's a level,
Right.
But then there's it was the same as we talked about with the Playboy Mansion, where there was the bunnies and everybody, and then when everybody left, then the basically Compton streetwalkers would fill the Playboy Mansion and all go in the grotto. I mean, that was the truth. That's just what would happen. Like, so there's the bunnies, and then there's the after dark stuff you're not supposed to
The
know
Punishers.
about.
Punisher and he shows
And then you have Tracy Lords filleting a dog for people, all kinds of stuff going on.
That is incredible to me how, Bill Cosby got in trouble for, rightfully so. I'm not saying that. I'm not Let me defend Bill Cosby for a second.
The last Bill Cosby
I love how you caught yourself as you were saying it. You're like, by the way,
Well, I'm just saying he was lynched, so to speak, and then but the crazy shit that happened at the Playboy Mansion,
Right.
Run by Hugh Hefner, which is like, wait a minute, how are we not retroactively also going back?
And they were both using Quaaludes.
They were, yeah. I think that's
yeah.
where Cosby got it. By the way, I don't know if this is known information. Hugh Hefner, I believe, helped Cosby in the beginning.
oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, like he had. So I think early on, when racism was still a thing, because now it's gone.
Thank goodness.
Right.
We solved it on this
Yeah.
show.
It's certainly not getting worse by the second.
No. We did it. We did it, Joe. But back when racism was a thing and black people we couldn't go everywhere.
Yeah.
We couldn't perform everywhere. I believe he helped. It was either Bill Cosby or Dick Gregory, where he was like, I like this guy.
That's beautiful.
He can, yeah, right? Yeah, it is. It is kind of nice.
Well, Dick Gregory's one of the people responsible for bringing out the Zapruder film. Very few people know that. Like, there's a history there.
Right.
Oh, it's
And
all connected.
Sinatra is actually the reason, and I'm sure it was out of pure laziness, but Sammy wanted to swim at the Flamingo. And they wouldn't let him, and he goes, all right, well, we're not performing then. And they were like, okay, I guess we're going to change this rule. And they changed it for Sammy. And I mean, and I think he genuinely did love Sammy a lot.
Right.
But I do also just picture Frank Sinatra being like, well, we'll just go to another hotel because I'm not walking back and forth from a different pool.
My legs are
You
tired.
better he's one of the good ones.
However we get there, man. Yeah, I love when laziness is I think that was a lot of the driving force with the civil rights movement. It's like, if we're driving, I don't want to have to go to another diner. Let me eat here.
Right.
Yeah, it's lazy.
That's why we kept around slavery for so long, is laziness. They didn't want to innovate.
absolutely.
Like, literally, that was why. They were like, no, this is working. We don't want to think about trying to make like...
If it ain't broke.
I don't want to learn to
If
use
it
a
ain't
new
broke.
technology.
No, and I don't. This isn't a comment on black people at all. I just think like if I walked into a diner, I don't want the diner seat.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm like, can you put me in the back? And then you guys wanted the front, and I'm like, well, are you gonna have it?
Yeah, it is the worst seat ever.
It's the diner. The table is the worst, but they made it seem like it was good.
Right.
And
Same
it's
thing
just,
with the bus.
But
I like the back
I
seat. It's
prefer the
what's
back.
wide. There's a lot of space back
Now
there.
it's really cool, yeah. But yeah, back then I think it was one of the things where it's like if you can't have it, you want it.
Yeah,
FOMO.
When I think
FOMO, yeah.
There was a funny in Living Color sketch. It was along the lines of like Rosa Parks was just basically like, I'm not moving. And that was it. And then they were showing like how every gas station used to be, they serve it. And how then it was just pump it yourself. And it's just this black guy going, pump it your damn self. And it's just all about like racial. It's just like that perfect in Living Color, kind of sketch. But
That show was great.
it was so good.
Classic.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that just didn't really believe in that shit from the beginning. And oddly, I'm sure Sinatra said stuff, but he never came off, as weird as it sounds for that era, none of those guys came off as really like racist to me.
No, yeah, it was. I don't think that some people you can tell that they harbor, actual contempt.
Oh yeah.
And then other people, it's just kind of like they're just like, I don't have like some of my favorite racism I've experienced traveling the country is ignorant racism. It's like one time I remember I ran into like a woke redneck.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because he's like, as far as rednecks go, he's pretty liberal. Like he came up to me after the show and he was like, hey man, you were great. You're really funny. I appreciate you coming. And I'm having this nice moment. And then right before he leaves, he's like, oh, and by the way, I just want to let you know, I don't care if you're a or not a I was like, yo, all right.
I didn't say it quite like that, but I come on.
And then now we have a podcast together.
This is beautiful.
That's how we met.
Okay, well, on that note, let's go into a quick ad before we get to the end of the world. We're not going to top that story. That's the fucking greatest. Like he expects a thank you. All right, so the last rodeo is coming out from Angel Studios. It's the team that brought us King of Kings. Check it out. You can go to angel.com/normal to grab your tickets. It comes out May 23rd.
Tomorrow.
Check it out. It's tomorrow. Angel.
Happy birthday to you, Garrett. You going to go?
Thank you.
It's coming out on your birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
And this birthday isn't your first rodeo either.
It's 33. The year of our Lord. All right, that's
It's
when
a
he
good year.
sacrificed himself for all of
Happy
our sins.
33.
Thank you.
Well, what are you going to do for us?
Die like Farley.
Yeah, in a hotel room by myself.
27 or 33. That's your
Yeah,
chance.
that's it.
You can either go out like Jesus or do nothing with your life.
I'm working on that.
Happy birthday. I remember my 33rd.
Yeah.
I had
So
just,
long ago?
I just
Wasn't
become
that
a
long ago?
dad. No, I just become a dad. It was yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was long
I've
ago.
already
It was
done it.
10. Well, yeah, almost 10 years ago. I'm almost 43. Yeah. It's fucking awful. The pain is just every day you're less relevant.
A little bit less.
And you just think I could kill myself, but I'm almost there.
My knees.
Yeah, just wait it out.
It's true. And
See
also,
the last rodeo.
Yes.
3 days last rodeo.
Brought to you by Angel Studios. And also you can go to blazetv.com/normalworld to support us. Use promo code NORMAL.
Do it.
Like we said, angel.com, promo code NORMAL. Angel, blazetv.com.
That's right.
All right, real quick, we got to get into this before the end of the world. The house of former Gambino crime boss Paul Castellano went on sale in Staten Island. It's a gorgeous 33,000-foot mansion with 8 bedrooms, 17 bathrooms. Let's take a quick look. That is Paul Castellano. That is the front of the mansion.
Wow.
That is the back of the mansion.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised no one knew he was into organized crime.
Yeah, I mean, I can't
He's
tell.
like, I'm a plumber. And then the last one, dead outside of Sparks Steakhouse in New York City, where he was whacked by Gotti.
Yeah.
Now, that brings us to tonight's End of the World. Wow. What's something that could have happened in a house that would prevent you from buying it?
Freaky party.
Oh,
I think it's a little bit too slippery. It's hard to clean that up.
Yeah, a lot of skating. Angela?
I guess if like a little pageant girl died in it or something.
Yeah, like it was buried in the wall. I dig it.
She wasn't buried in the wall. Why
She
you
was
keep saying
found in the
that?
I
basement.
don't want to say it,
After they've checked the
It's just
basement
not
multiple
true.
times.
but I want to give misinformation.
Okay. All right.
Which, by
AR.
the way, her name was Misinformation when she did pageants. What's? I thought they found her in the wall. Where was
Well, they
she
found her in the
buried?
basement after they checked the basement like 3 times.
I thought she was in the basement wall.
Oh, there was
No.
like there was
Behind a
there was
wall.
a room that was
But yeah,
off to the
behind.
side. When you go down, there's a room off to the side, and she was in that room.
Yeah, she's behind a wall.
That
Well,
implies
which had
that
a
she's
door.
in the wall.
Well,
door there.
okay, I didn't mean that like
they built her in?
puttied it up.
That's what it sounded like. I mean,
Let's keep
just
going.
thinking very passionate about it.
Well, she was beaten to death, I think, by her
No,
brother.
no.
What do you?
Or I think
She wasn't
I think it was the
beaten
mom.
to death.
I'm gonna drag
She
the
was
show on
strangled.
because
She was
the mom made to
strangled.
wrap it. She was strangled by who?
We don't know.
Oh yeah, because you weren't there. Maybe she was beaten to death by her brother and puttied into a wall.
Maybe
her
it was
mom.
Santa Claus.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe.
go.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Who put the pineapple there? Who gave her the pineapple? That's my
It's
question.
in
Who
the
put pineapple?
show.
It makes your cum taste better. All right, what's your?
What's yours?
All right, what Trey? Something that would prevent you from buying a house because of what happened in it.
Probably if I was raped in it.
You personally? Okay.
Me, yeah, then that would probably.
All right, okay.
I'm not saying that's a deal breaker.
Wow.
We
It
would
would give
find a
me-
number.
It would give me pause.
You should go up to somebody's door and knock on it and go, you know, I'm a little sentimental. Just wanted to come in and.
Can I cry in your basement for a while? All right with you?
I was raped in this house hundreds of times.
I'm gonna lowball you.
I'm gonna.
Find a number that works.
I think you're gonna be surprised how you'd be willing to sell this pretty quickly. Joe, what do you got for me?
I think an investment banker would have to kill himself in the house for me to not want to buy it.
That's very fair. I'm gonna say an Indian family lived there and it just smells like curry.
That's fair.
That's tough getting that out.
It is. You just can't. You know, you just can't. All right, everybody. Good night.
See you next Tuesday.